Coming up on This Week in Torrance, Los Angeles Board of Supervisors are expanding a program to keep students safer at school. And a new eatery opens its doors on the boulevard. We'll take you there. Plus, Kashiwa students make a stop at our Torrance CitiCABLE studios. And hundreds of Marvel fans line up at the Torrance Best Buy. We'll tell you why. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. My co-anchor Jin Chun has the week off. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. A local theater company celebrates a milestone. The Torrance City Council recognized the Torrance Theater Company for its 2 decades of dedication to bringing top-notch productions to the South Bay. The Torrance Theater Company was created by the City of Torrance Community Services Department to bring high-quality and affordable theatrical events to the community.
But what has really been rewarding for me as a city employee is serving this community and doing 91 different productions for the city and having such special moments where our residents come in and experience theater together that they don't have to travel on any freeway to get to. It's right in their own backyard.
The company has contributed thousands of volunteer hours towards the creation of plays and musicals. It has brought to life 91 different productions for the community. Their recent production kicking off this week is Disney's Beauty and the Beast Broadway musical. It will run through August 24th. To learn more about it, head to torrancetheatercompany.com. City Council moved forward in taking steps to make a popular holiday attraction safer. Officials at the council meeting voted unanimously, approving proposed staff recommendations to make the seaside neighborhood safer during the holiday season. This is when residents in the area transform their homes with extravagant lights. The city's Citizen Development and Enrichment Committee met with concerned Seaside Ranchos residents about Sleepy Hollow before coming to council, also known as Candy Cane Lane. Residents living in the area worked with the committee to come up with the following actions, which council approved, including collecting a traffic count before the attraction and during it to assess the flow, using the Torrance Amateur Radio Association and/or community emergency response teams as volunteers, placing temporary no stopping signs on one side of the street in the Seaside Ranchos neighborhood all season, providing 20 additional trash bins, allowing for 2 illuminated light boards to assist with traffic control and inform visitors, placing stop signs at busy intersections to help with traffic congestion, and creating an informative web page. Residents also spoke at the meeting, including the president of the Seaside Neighborhood Association, who said she is grateful for the committee working with them and hearing their concerns. Residents brought up the topic of traffic, and many expressed concerns over the vendors, hoping there will be an ordinance soon to regulate vendors before the season. Council members brought up the request for disaster service volunteers' help and said if they volunteered on their own time without city representation, it would be okay. Councilman Mike Griffith said addressing concerns will be an ongoing plan, and they hope to solve all the concerns over time.
Let's tackle these items that we think are the low-hanging fruit that we think will provide some immediate relief for certain issues and take some positive steps forward, and then review it again after the season and see what worked, what didn't work, what we might even add to make things better.
The Seaside neighborhood has more than 5,000 residents. Sleepy Hollow is not a city-sponsored event. It brings the holiday spirit in the beginning of December. Torrance Police are looking for new members to join their team. The department is looking to hire entry-level and lateral police officers. The application filing date continues through September 5th. If interested, you must first submit an application online. Then there is an exam process and panel interviews. As part of their recruit campaign, you may see a new addition on patrol cars. Torrance Police now have these magnetic signs placed on the rear of all of their vehicles. For more information, head to torranceca.gov. Well, the Torrance Certified Farmers Market celebrated Farmers Market Week with a free cooking demonstration presented by Christina Cook of My Seasoned Soul. Here is Sarah Honeycutt with the story.
Torrance Farmers Market visitors got a lesson in nutrition from Christina Cook, a registered dietitian and creator of the health and wellness business, My Seasoned Soul. Christina has a passion for food and wants to educate and empower others to find a healthy relationship with food. Christina, so what's the significance of today? Why is it so important that we're out here doing a summer food demonstration?
Yeah, it's just great getting out in the community and teaching the community the importance of nutrition. Prevention is such a huge thing. We can prevent a lot of chronic diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. So I'm just really passionate about, prevention with nutrition. So many people, know what to eat, but they just don't know how to make it taste good. So I thought I'd reach out to the Torrance Farmers Market and see if we could do a collaboration, and they invited me to do this cooking demo. So it's been really nice kind of communicating with the community and having them taste some nutritious recipes.
Through her free food demonstration, Cook taught shoppers about how to make a delicious and nutritious summertime salad. Brian Johnson of the Torrance Farmers Market says that the food demonstrations are a great way to engage and educate the public about the products they are buying.
A lot of times you get kind of overwhelmed with what you can get here. Like, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? And so we have demonstrators come out and they show us, the easy recipes to create.
Thanks to the Torrance Farmers Market and the food demonstration, shoppers and community members had the opportunity to gather together and learn they can buy local, healthy, and affordable produce.
It's so nice to have someone that's actually doing something, healthy and sharing it. I think it's a really good thing.
An experience that wouldn't have been possible without the community coming together with a shared passion to empower and educate others through food. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Sarah Honeycutt.
Thanks, Sarah. For more information, visit the websites myseasonsoul.com, and for farmers market hours, go to torranceca.gov. Well, still ahead, a local hotel gets in touch with their humble beginnings to give back. Plus, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors expand its program that combats violence on school campuses.
My name is Hunter Hayes, and I know my buzzed warning signs. One shot is about knowing my limits, or not necessarily knowing my limits.
I start with one shot to have a good time. Everybody knows how easy one can turn into five.
I think a sign that I'm buzzed is when I start solving not only my own problems, but the entire world's problems. When I know I'm going out, I know I'm gonna start with calling for a ride.
One shot at a time.
Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Cut.
Yeah, no, that was great. So. You sure? You guys happy?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
great.
easy day, man. Thank you so much.
Totally, yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Do you want us to sign your guitar?
No.
I mean, we totally do.
We'll
yeah,
sign
it's
it.
fine.
We'd be happy. Sorry, I gotta run. Good to see you guys. Thanks.
We should have asked for his signature.
Students from Kashiwa, Japan enjoyed another week in Torrance with some great food and activities.
Harvard again with a right-hand swing.
8 Kashiwa students learned how to square dance for the first time. Dressed the part, the event gives the students an opportunity to learn more about American culture. They were taught how to dance by the Boots and Bows Square Dance Club, who has been helping for more than 20 years. They also enjoyed various flavors of chili, which was all part of a contest. The students were judges and chose the chili they thought was the best. The 18-day program allows the City of Torrance to strengthen their relationship with its sister city. Mayor Patrick Fury says the great relationship with Japan is important for putting Torrance on the map with its visitors.
Great way to exchange that. And I think that's what's made this so vibrant for 46 years, that person-to-person cultural exchange. You just can't beat it. I have friends now in Kashiwa who they'll be lifetime friends.
Well, being the first time that the students have ever had chili, some find it too spicy, some have no problem with it, but the spices that we use are very unusual to the Japanese palate, so it's always interesting every year to see what they enjoy. As far as the dancing, actually in Japan, there's square dance clubs, but most of them have never experienced it before.
Torrance and its sister city have had cultural exchanges since 1971. So far, students have decorated cakes at the Torrance Bakery, toured the UCLA campus, stopped by the Griffith Observatory, and enjoyed a pool party. To learn more about the cultural exchange program, head to torrancesistercity.org. Students also made a stop at our Torrance CitiCABLE studios to get a first-hand look behind the scenes.
いろんなキャラクターね。
ああ、いましたね。いました。
いろんなキャラクターでストレス感あるから。
They played anchor on our This Week in Torrance set as they talked about their experiences so far in Torrance. They took a tour of our control room, editing bays, and much more to learn more about how our programming goes live. Looks like they're having a good time. A local hotel was serving up root beer floats, all to give back. Torrance Marriott Redondo Beach partnered with Absolution Brewery to celebrate Marriott's International Root Beer Float Day. Every year, Marriotts across the country give their guests these tasty treats, all to fundraise for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. More than 800 Marriott International properties participated. Patrons for just $5 were able to enjoy the event while supporting the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles at Torrance Marriott Redondo Beach.
Our head chef is doing homemade ice cream, and he's using liquid nitrogen. So similar to Creamistry, which is a popular ice cream parlor that just, I think, opened a few years ago. He's doing handmade ice cream using the liquid nitrogen to freeze it, whisk it up, and then serve it up to guests.
Each craft root beer was made from Absolution Brewery in Torrance and had a fresh scoop of custom ice cream. The goal was to raise $5,000. Root Beer Float Day has a special meaning with Marriott's beginnings in the 1920s when the company founder Bill Marriott Sr. and his wife Alice opened 2 root beer stands in Washington, D.C. To learn more about the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, or if you would like to donate, be sure to check out chla.childrensmiraclenetworkhospitals.org. Well, the Summer Stroll's 8th annual tour around downtown Torrance has offered a fun way to try some food while learning about the history of the city. Reporter Jen Marua has the story.
38 locals took a journey through history, all while enjoying some delicious food.
Well, I like to eat, so I'm going to look forward to eating some of the great food in our wonderful restaurants here in Torrance, as well as learn a little bit more about the history of Old Torrance that I might have missed in my passings through all these years.
From Red Car Brewery, Tortilla Cantina, and Depot, to name a few, tour-goers did not leave on an empty stomach. Debbie Hayes from the Torrance Historical Society and Museum told us about how the idea came about.
We kind of were thinking along the lines of a progressive dinner, and we figured out how we could tie in history as well, and then make it fun, and then bring people to the businesses, because as soon as they step inside, taste the food, and meet the owners, they're all going to want to come back.
The sold-out stroll is a highly anticipated gathering with a lengthy wait list annually.
Many, many years I've tried to go on this. It's always sold out. So I finally begged Janet Payne, who's the leader of this event, to make sure she hold a spot for me. And so I'm finally here for my very first time.
As the evening went on, memories of old businesses flourished as attendees united to look at old pictures of what the restaurant buildings were like before.
Listening to the stories that get told about the old stories about what happened, and you're familiar with some of them, and you always hear a new one. You're going, oh wait, I never heard that story.
The historic walking tour is all about giving back to the community. However, this journey requested participants to give back.
This event, we asked for a $35 donation per person, and we used that money to help us fund our research, our archives, to maintain our archives, because all that material is very pricey. And then it also helps us put on programs for the community, which we can mostly do for free because of fundraisers like this.
Engaging gatherings are constant here in the city of Torrance, and Herbers spoke about the importance of having activities like this in the community.
I think it's exciting to have people come down here and know that we have a lot of fine places to come, and not just for coming out to eat, but during the day, and it's a way of showing off what we do have in the way of our history.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jen Marua.
Thanks, Jen. To learn more about other great events the Torrance Historical Society is putting on, go to torrancehistoricalsociety.org. Summer Stroll participants stopped at 5 different locations this year and are open to anyone who would like to stop by. Hundreds of Marvel fans lined up at the Best Buy in Torrance for a special tour as part of Marvel's We Love You 3000 tour celebrating the home video of Avengers Endgame. The Torrance Best Buy was chosen as one of the few locations for its launch events. Actor Sean Gunn was at the Pacific Coast Highway location to sign Blu-rays and distribute special gifts such as tour pins, customized prints, and MCU Funko Pop figures. Fans also could buy Best Buy's exclusive Avengers Endgame 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Steelbook Edition. The tour kicked off at San Diego Comic-Con in July. For more information, go to marvel.com/WeLoveYou3000. A new dining concept is making its debut in Torrance. Urban Plates was created with the notion that dining out shouldn't require a choice between eating well and eating fast. Reporter Colleen Farrell paid a visit to the restaurant's newest location on Hawthorne Boulevard.
When you envision the concept of farm-to-table dining, a fast food chain isn't likely the first thing that comes to mind. But James Kong is hoping to change that mindset here in Torrance. He's general manager of the newly opened Urban Plates at the Del Amo Circle Complex on Hawthorne Boulevard. The San Diego-founded chain is making its way up the 405 freeway, cornering the market on fine, fast casual.
Everybody is wanting things a little faster, more efficient for a fair price, and I think we fit that need. We are a true farm-to-table concept. We're offering higher-end ingredients. Our proteins, we're having grass-fed, grass-finished steak from Australia. We're getting our poultry, it's cage-free, gluten-free, line-caught fish or sustainable if we can find it.
Urban Plates offers more than 30 organic ingredients, including fruits, vegetables, and dairy. It also serves locally grown produce daily.
We basically do everything from scratch, but the biggest thing for us is we have recipes that are simple and clean. So we really think about clean products to make sure that when you eat with us, you feel really good afterwards.
And to wash it down, sample one of Urban Plates' natural juice replenisher drinks or from its menu of regional craft beers or California wines. Pair that with one of the house-made desserts, such as the hummingbird cake, banana cake soaked with rum syrup, layered with pineapple cream cheese frosting and garnished with walnuts. At the restaurant's VIP opening, it was an indulgence too good for Mayor Patrick Fury to pass up. For Fury and city officials, Urban Plate's location next to the new 24-hour fitness makes it a vibrant addition to the city's growing business community.
They have more than 25,000 members of this 24-hour fitness, so it's a built-in clientele. The Tower building has, I believe, 700 offices in there, all of those employees, and this gives them an easy access to have their lunches or early dinners.
We're trying to make sure that we're catering also to the next generation, the millennials who likes to exercise, order food to go with their tablets or their apps. This Urban Plates provides all of that.
We just had a fabulous dinner and the food was spectacular.
So whether your preference is vegan, vegetarian, dairy-free, gluten-free, or high protein, there's sure to be a choice of clean, craveable cuisine to suit your palate. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Colleen Farrell.
Thanks, Colleen. Urban Plates donated 100% of proceeds raised during the 3 days of pre-opening events to the Volunteer Center of the South Bay, Harbor, and Long Beach. The center's Food for Kids program provides local low-income families with healthy meals on weekends so they arrive at school on Monday ready to learn. And on grand opening day, customers weren't shy about checking out what Urban Plates was all about. Urban Plates celebrated the opening of its 17th location at Del Amo Crossing. The fast casual restaurant concept prides itself in meals made from scratch at an affordable price. Officials say they carefully prepare all of the menu items on site every day. They use local produce, grass-fed beef, cage-free chicken, and sustainably sourced seafood. They have custom plates, hand-tossed entree salads, chef-crafted sandwiches, slow-cooked braises, and in-house made desserts, to name a few. You can also find a variety of type of beverages. They also have menu items that are vegan, vegetarian, dairy-free, and much more. The general manager, James Kong, is a 20-year Torrance resident and is excited to bring the unique restaurant to the neighborhood. The Torrance location also introduces a new cooking concept for the brand, a seafood grill where they grill to order. Well, a family-owned company that has been growing trees for decades is celebrating its new location. Moon Valley Nurseries is now open in Torrance. It is known as the largest specimen tree grower in the country, with more than 1,500 varieties of trees, palms, and shrubs. The location is on Amy Avenue near 177th Street. Officials say they have quality products. The 5-acre nursery is a one-stop shop for everything landscape. Staff will help and plan a design for your yard. And don't forget to tune in This Week in Torrance next week, where Colleen Farrell shares more details on what they have to offer. NASA awards more than $4 million to a local business to continue work on a special prototype. Physical Optics Corporation received a SBIR Phase 3 award for the production of optical fibers in zero gravity. In April, Physical Optics participated in its first space endeavor that sent an engineering prototype to meet the International Space Station. Built by POC's Applied Technologies Division, it's sponsored by NASA's Advanced Materials Research Study. It focuses on evaluating the feasibility of producing optical fibers in zero gravity, resulting in higher quality fibers with the potential of a 10-time improvement in signal loss. Optical fiber is used as a medium for telecommunication and computer networking. It is advantageous for long-distance communications. Physical Optics Corporation is a growing systems integrator of advanced technology serving military, defense, homeland security, and other selected commercial markets. In the wake of recent mass shootings, county officials are expanding a school violence prevention program to keep students safer as they head back to school. Torrance High School hosted a press conference with Board of Supervisors Janice Hahn and Catherine Barger this week. They announced the expansion of the School Threat Assessment Response Team program that is already working to intervene with threats at schools. There is a response team that is made up of mental health professionals who partner with local law enforcement to respond to calls about threats against schools across the country before it becomes a reality. They now have expanded their START team from 15 to 42 members. The purpose of the START program is to provide teachers, school administrators, parents, and students with a direct and immediate response to threats or concerning behavior within the school environment. During the conference, Hahn talked about it and how it already has been effective at school campuses, including Torrance High School. Torrance High has already received the START training and has been a model in sending referrals to the START team. Mayor Patrick Fury and Torrance Unified School Board members were present. Board President Don Lee thanked the supervisors for increasing access to the mental intervention that helps students be more successful.
From that first phone call when we have a student in crisis and a student of need, this START serves as a strong liaison for us between the school, our law enforcement, mental health, and the family, acting as a dynamic piece of that puzzle, tying us together to support that whole child. START provides highly specialized clinical expertise that we wouldn't otherwise easily have accessible to our school district, and we thank them for that.
The program started in 2009 under the LA County Department of Mental Health. The expansion will allow more direct support to school and hold additional training with teachers and local law enforcement on referrals to the START program. It will also teach them characteristics and warning signs of a potential threat. Since inception, the program has received more than 12,000 referrals. And before we go, here are some events you won't want to miss. There are 2 showings left at the Rhodium Drive-In on Friday, August 23rd. You can come out and watch Coco, and on August 30th, E.T. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. and it's $20 per car. And you can still buy tickets to Honda's Evening Under the Stars Gourmet Food and Wine Festival at American Honda. It takes place on Saturday, August 24th from 6 to 9:30 p.m. There will be restaurants and wineries from across the South Bay sampling their food. All proceeds will benefit Torrance Memorial Medical Center. Then at the Torrance South Bay YMCA on August 24th, it's free teen night. From 8:30 to 10:30 p.m., teens ages 12 through 17 can enjoy bounce houses, painting, sports, and snacks. You can register online. And before we go, let's get a sneak peek at the next sports desk. Hey, Leslie, what do you have for us?
What's up, Ben? Coming up on the sports desk, the South Bay Baseball Summer League came to a close, and it was a nail-biter. 2 West baseball starters, recent grads, brothers, twins, and soon-to-be MIT ball players are in studio. Plus, the International Surf Festival rides into Torrance Beach. All of that plus so much more. Be sure to watch every day at 4 and 9:30. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Leslie. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.